Imagine you're one of the biggest pop stars on the planet. Why would you actively want millions of people on the internet to brutally insult you? To answer that, we need to look at a track called Iconic by Mistake. This was a massive collaboration between three reigning girl groups in the Hybe label universe: Sserafim, Illit, and Katseye. The moment the song dropped, it faced intense and immediate backlash. Listeners tore into the lyrics, calling the track a mess of disjointed, AI-generated noise that lacked any real musical substance. The music video added to the confusion. It was packed with bizarre imagery, like a golden tooth being tossed into a power socket and the groups dancing and smiling in front of a burning cornfield. That toxicity didn't stop their rise to the top. It was the primary driver of their chart dominance. This chart shows the track's performance trajectory over its first week. Within 7 days, the music video racked up 27 million views, and the song hit the 25th spot on Spotify's global daily top songs. Fans and critics watched this chaotic release and assumed Hybe had misjudged their audience and made a massive corporate error. But the label knew exactly what they were doing. They hired director Cody Critchlow, an artist with a history of pushing back against the polished beauty standards typical of the industry. Critchlow intentionally engineered the video's visuals to be weird and provocative. He used imagery that felt exaggerated and even grotesque to spark immediate confusion. Every perceived flaw, strange lyric, and unsettling visual choice in that release was a precision-engineered trap designed to trigger a specific, highly profitable reaction from internet users. So how exactly does a record label turn a dedicated internet hater into a profitable asset? It relies on a tactic known as the algorithm hijack. Modern social media platforms are built to prioritize conflict because anger keeps users scrolling longer than almost any other emotion. The song's sarcastic lyrics, bragging about surviving fame and barely changing, were specifically written as bait. They were constructed for outrage posts, angry reaction videos, and massive TikTok pylons. This diagram illustrates the math of the hijack. Every time a user leaves an angry comment, clicks dislike, or writes a mocking tweet, the platform registers that interaction as engagement, pushing the song higher into trending feeds. By feeding the algorithm exactly the chaos it craves, the corporation weaponized online toxicity. They essentially tricked their biggest critics into providing relentless, free global marketing. Zooming out from social media and looking at the corporate boardroom, this tactic fits perfectly into a broader global expansion strategy known as Hybe 2.0. Under Hybe 2.0, the corporation doesn't need the general public to like the music. They simply need to capture maximum global attention through a sheer volume of exposure. This chart shows how that algorithmic surge functions as a filtration system. It pulls in a wide, chaotic stream of negative engagement and filters it down to capture the small percentage of highly dedicated fans hidden inside the wave. The goal is to direct newly acquired superfans away from public platforms like YouTube or X and funnel them directly into Hybe's proprietary digital ecosystem. The public controversy was an acceptable customer acquisition cost, used to pull consumers off Western social media and onto platforms the label fully owns. While the scale of Western music streaming seems massive, the reality is a low-margin business where platforms like Spotify pay artists fractions of a penny per stream. Hybe sidestepped this low-margin reality by building the Weavers app. Table 3 shows the evidence. Digital goods sales jumping 24%. By controlling distribution, the platform bypasses retail gatekeepers, selling memberships directly to 11.6 million monthly active users. This proprietary digital environment also compresses the psychic distance for international fans. Features like paid private chats create a highly profitable illusion of an intimate, direct connection with the artists. By escaping the traditional streaming economy, the company took the massive wave of outrage-driven traffic and used it to fuel a lucrative, closed-loop financial empire. People have always repeated the old adage that there is no such thing as bad publicity. But the modern digital landscape operates on a much sharper premise: actively weaponized hate. The online critics who spent hours typing out insults, believing they were tearing these groups down, actually provided the structural foundation for their financial success. The internet hate machine is now a predictable, exploitable corporate tool. Companies construct multi-million-dollar products specifically to trigger this reaction. So the next time you watch a controversial video and feel the urge to leave a nasty comment, stop typing. Engaging with that content doesn't fight the corporate machine. It provides the exact fuel required to power it.